Hey folks, Jason here with another quick music theory tip. This one was a request from my good friend Reggie, who asked me to explain Dorian. What the heck is the Dorian mode? So I'm going to, hopefully in less than 5 minutes here, break down the Dorian mode. There's lots of ways to think about it, but I'm going to describe 4 ways that I use to teach my students. So the first way is if you know your major scales, or at least the pattern for a major scale, we'll go ahead and take a C major scale. And you might think about this as note names, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You might think about it as scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Or you might think about it in terms of solfege, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right? However you think about it, all you have to remember is that the 3rd and 7th note of a major scale are flatted to make a Dorian. So, for example, C, D, we're going to lower the 3rd note from an E to an E flat. 4, 5, 6 stay the same, and the 7th note of B we're going to lower to a B flat before resolving back to C. If you want to think about this in terms of solfege, you can think instead of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you could think do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Right, so those 2 alterations. So that's one way of thinking about it. Another way you can think about it is if you're familiar with your natural minor scale and the pattern for that, the Dorian is essentially an alteration of the natural minor scale. I'm not going to break down what the natural minor scale is in this video. I'll save that for another video. So if you're not familiar with natural minor, go ahead and skip this part. But for those folks who are familiar with the natural minor scale, I'm going to go ahead and play C natural minor, which the notes would be. Now, a way that you can think about C Dorian is take that C natural minor scale, and all you have to do is make one alteration or one change. Take the 6th note of the natural minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and raise it a half step. So, C natural minor, C Dorian. A third way I like to teach my students Dorian, and I think this is an important way to think about it because a lot of musicians use this terminology, is as the mode of a major scale. So often Dorian is referred to as the 2nd mode of the major scale. So what the heck does this mean? All right, let's go back to a major scale. I'm actually going to use B flat major as an example here. So if we play the notes of a B flat major scale, we can think about them in terms of scale degrees. So that scale I just played we can think of as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right? Now, the 2nd mode of any major scale means that you're playing all the notes of the major scale, but instead of going from scale degree 1 up to scale degree 1, we instead do the notes of the major scale starting on scale degree 2. So essentially what I'm doing here is playing a B flat major scale, but starting on the 2nd note of B flat, which is C. So C Dorian is all the notes of B flat major, but starting on C. We can think about this in terms of scale degrees as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Or if you want to think 9, that's fine too. So again, here's the original major scale, which is sort of the home base or the foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right? And then we start on the 2nd note of B flat major. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And notice how I'm going to go to 1, 2. Right? Same notes, but we're just treating the 2nd note as the home base rather than the tonic or scale degree 1. Okay, one last method is if you're really comfortable thinking about intervals, maybe this helps you on the fretboard, maybe this helps you in terms of conceptualizing it away from an instrument or hearing it, you can also just break down the Dorian mode into combinations of whole steps and half steps. So the pattern or interval pattern for Dorian would be whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, or whole step, half step, whole, 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 half, whole.